Alright guys, welcome to your 25th tutorial, and in this tutorial, as promised, I told you guys we're going to be building that method switch views, so I did not lie, not this time at least, maybe I will later. So go ahead and copy this from your interface file, switch views, copy, and paste it right under view did load, and paste it right there. So now let's go ahead and build a body for it, and in case you guys forgot since the last tutorial, what this method does is it's pretty much looks at which view is currently being shown, and if it's the red view, it shows the blue view. If it's the blue view, it shows the red view. Simple enough. So the first thing that we need to test is which view is showing. So go ahead and make an if statement, and if pop up those. So put self. I'll type this and then I'll show you guys. Then I'll explain what I'm talking about. If self dot red class dot view dot super view equals nil, then do something. So we're saying, all right, we're going to be testing first if is this red class's view equal to nothing. So if this red class's view is not being shown or it doesn't exist, then this is going to be equal to nothing. So if this is the case, then we want the red code to show up, because pretty much if this red view is equal to nothing, then by default it means that the blue view is already on the screen, since that was the default. So we're saying, alright, if that red view is equal to nothing, then what do we want to do? Well, instead of just go ahead and showing the red view, we first need to check if we even have a red object. So let's go ahead, check this out. If it's the first time the user presses that button, we don't even have an instance of that class yet. So that's where we're going to check first. If self dot red class is equal to nil, and again, this means if it's the first time they press the button, what we want to do is we want to get an instance of that class and make, our object from it. So go ahead and red class, just name your object red. And by the way, this is the same thing that we did up here, just copying it for the red class instead of the blue. Set it equal to red class, allocate some space, init with nib name, and the nib name for this is I name mine red window. And for the bundle, go ahead and press nil. Don't even worry what that means, too confusing. And for now, let's just go ahead and put self dot red class and set this equal to red. So what we're doing is we have this property already in our switch class that we automatically built called red class, and we're just setting it equal to this. So pretty much self.red class and the red object, one and the same. Really easy. So now once we created that object, we don't need it anymore. Red release. Pretty simple. So now, of course, once we created our object, let me make sure I'm in the right one. Once we created our object, what we need to do is actually show it on the screen. So in order to show it on the screen, we first need to take that blue view and remove it from the screen. So blue, what's it? Let me think of what's name. Blue class dot view, and the method to remove a view from the screen is, shouldn't click that, remove from super view, and that's all you need to put. So it says, alright, I'm going to remove some view from the screen. What one? The blue view. And now once that's removed, we of course need to add to red view. We need to add the red view. So self dot view, and that's the current view. Insert subview. Come on, view. There we go. Red class dot view. That's the red class's view. I bet you guys can't figure that out. At index 0, so it appears behind the tab bar. So we said, alright, so that's simple enough. Then we're running no. So this is pretty much checks if the blue view is on the screen, add the red view. And now we need to make the exact same thing backwards. Else, if the red view is on the screen, then add the blue view. Add the blue view. There we go. So let's go ahead and if self dot blue class is equal to two equal signs, nil. If it's equal to nil, then go ahead and, by the way, if you're saying, alright, we already created an object, then why do we have to create it again? Well, Usually you wouldn't have to, but just in case your object gets flushed from memory, you want to create it again just to make sure you have it. And this happens sometimes if you have a huge project. Um, Sometimes your iPod is going to delete memory automatically to make room for new stuff. So anyways, just go ahead and create your new object again. So blue plus, we'll get practicing creating objects. How cool is that? Name your object blue again. It can be the same as before. And of course, this is going to be an object from the blue class. Allocate some space for it, and you know that in it with nib name tab, and of course the nib name is blue window.xib, but don't include the xib, and bundle, set this equal to nil, but put that outside just like that. And now we need to do is set the property for this class, blue class, set it equal to the object that we just created in the last line. And now once we're done with that object, go ahead and put blue release. Alright, pretty simple. So now after we're done with this, else, after that, in the else statement, but outside the if statement, what we need to do is remove that red class. So red class dot view, remove from superview, looks good. So we took the red out of there. Now let's put the blue in. Self dot view, insert subview, looks good. Blue, whoa, insert subview, blue class dot the view property from it, and at index 0. And why did that not pop up? Did I mess something up? Insert subview, blue class dot view. I mean, everything looks fine. Things weren't popping up though. So anyways, I guess we have time to go ahead and finish this class. The only thing we have to do is have two more little things dealing with memory. In your did not receive memory warning, put if self dot blue class dot view dot superview, looks good, is equal to null. So if that's equal to nothing, then go ahead and take self dot blue class and set this equal to nothing, free up some memory, and else it must be the red one. So let's go ahead, and we really didn't need those curly braces, but if self dot red class, set this equal to nil, and this pretty much just frees up some memory like I said before. And of course, when we are done with everything, all of our objects, since we allocated it, we need to make sure that we release them. So red class, actually we didn't allocate these, we retained them, but same thing, you know, doesn't matter. And blue class release, and that is all we need to do. So these last two things I typed in were just for handling memory. I mean, I guess technically you don't even really need them, but it's really poor program practice if you don't. So that is pretty much what we did. Pretty much made a bunch of different objects and switched them out as appropriately needed. And I probably have a bunch of errors in this, but when we build it, I'll find them all and correct them. But for now, I mean, it looks pretty good right now. So that's all I have for you guys for this tutorial. In the next tutorial, I'm not even going to tell you guys, not even going to give you guys a hint about what I'm doing. You guys are going to have to stay tuned and see. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.